Hello all, Kim Patton here. I've been doing book reviews on this YouTube channel for quite a while, and I wanted to introduce to you today something a little bit new that I think you might like. I started a podcast called Book Therapy, and what we're going to be doing is diving into one great book at a time, uncovering what I have learned from the book and what I think might encourage you. So what is book therapy and why should you listen to the podcast? Well, I'm not going to tell you what you should do. You can do it or you don't have to do it. You can do whatever you want. I don't care. But I think that it will encourage you. Book therapy it's just a phrase that represents that we all have coping mechanisms to get through this crazy life. I eat ice cream, dairy-free ice cream. I like to run and exercise when I have a chance. And, we all have our own coping mechanisms. Reading and books, specifically going to the library and getting a stack full of books and bringing them home, flipping through the pages, getting to know the author and the story and their perspective, that is what helps me deal with whatever I'm dealing with. If I have a problem, some people Google it. Of course, we all do that. Some people talk to friends. We do that as well. And some people turn to books. And I find that books can really encourage me and help me exactly where I am and make me feel less alone. So why do I think that you will like book therapy? Well, we don't have a lot of time to read. And some of us don't even have a lot of time to listen to podcasts. In fact, we're all very busy, so I understand the lack of time, and I understand especially that people really don't feel like they have time to read because it is very time consuming, and unless you fit it into your schedule and unless you make it a priority, it's probably not going to happen. Audiobooks and podcasts are very popular because you can listen to them while you do other tasks, and everybody has tasks that they do regularly that, you can listen to something while you're washing the dishes or going for a walk or exercising or whatever. So I think the podcast format is helpful because it's going to introduce you to one great book at a time, and there's really no obligation or pressure to read the actual book. You can just listen to me talk about the high points, and eventually I'm going to have guests and I can interview people about what book has made a big impact in their life. And really, it's just kind of covering a broad spectrum of books and authors without, devoting hours and hours and hours of time. Each episode is only about 20, 30 minutes. So I really think that you're going to like it. It's called Book Therapy. My first book that I'm talking about is called Beginner's Pluck by Liz Forkin Bohannon. I'm not going to give too much information because it's all in the podcast, and I think that this is going to be a great book to kind of kick it off. And I look forward to getting to know people through book therapy. I look forward to hearing your suggestions about what books you want me to read and talk about on the show. And just your comments and your feedback of what books have impacted you and made a difference in your life. So if you listen to podcasts on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, obviously it's going to be there. It's called Book Therapy with Kim Patton. There's other platforms that you can use. They think there's Stitcher and Google Podcasts and Amazon. There's a lot of different ways you can listen to podcasts, but Apple and Spotify are probably the most popular. So if you don't listen to podcasts currently, it's actually really easy. You can go to, below I'll have the links in the notes of like a website you can just go to and listen to it on your computer or on your phone. But the apps, Spotify and Apple, are also really easy to use too. So if you have any problems, let me know. I'd love to hear what you think. Of course, if you subscribe and follow, you'll be able to be notified right away when new episodes come out, and you're not going to miss anything. So that's definitely, I always subscribe and follow the podcast that I want to keep listening to because it's so much easier to find them if I'm already following them. Also, if you love it and you want to leave a review, that would be really helpful to help people find the podcast. So I hope you enjoy it. It's called Book Therapy with Kim Patton, and I will be on the lookout for new listeners, and I would love if you tell your friends about it too. So let's all have book therapy together.